Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually a video I haven't done before, but before me is a huge tote of books that I'm just gonna get rid of because we're moving and I don't love them and I don't enjoy them. I like them. Actually, there's some that I don't like, but you know, so I'm not gonna pack them and ship them and like pay money for that. So I'm just gonna sell them or send them off to friends or like give them away at work. I don't even know, but something needs to be done. But I think it's an interesting pile. So I'm just gonna jump in and grab random stuff because it's a really big tote. So the first one, the Heroine Diaries. First off, I'm not a fan of Nikki Sixx, so I just got this randomly, like, because I thought James would like it, and I think he once wanted to read it, but just, are we gonna pay to ship this? No. Also, I don't want to read it because it's pretty depressing. I don't want to, and not only is it depressing, but like inside, like, I can't read this. There's too much going on. So that's a no for me. Next up, these are book 1 and 2 of the Bring Down Heaven series by Sam Sykes. I read the first one, City Stained Red. Didn't read this one. I jumped the gun. So I can't really say anything about this. So the first book, it was very stereotypical of a high fantasy novel, and I did not buy at all the dialogue. There was a lot of contraction words. There were a lot of words that are from like the 21st century and the 20th century, and if they don't even have technology like electricity, why are they saying those words? I don't know. That's how I look at high fantasy, or just fantasy in general, especially if it's like in a medieval-esque world. I'm not buying it, and that kind of killed it for me. I think I gave it, what did I give it? 2 stars? I don't even remember, but it was sitting on James's shelf because like this is also inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, and I heard that it's very stereotypical, but that's the point. Well, okay, yeah, so I don't play Dungeons and Dragons either, so maybe if I did, I would like this more, but I don't, so it's just gonna unhaul over here. Sorry. Sam is really funny on Twitter. I just am not that type of fantasy lover that's like inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. It's not me. Now, Bittersweet Love. This was slightly a disappointment because I think it's over here somewhere on that shelf. Michael is there, and his first poetry novel was very fantastic. It was awesome. Gave it 5 stars. I think I gave this like 3 stars. It wasn't enough for me to keep this on my shelf. There were some good poems, but for the most part, they were average, and that's unfortunate. That's gonna go over here too. I don't know about this one. So, A Touch of Dead. So it's the Sookie Stackhouse stories. I'm on the fence with this one because it's some complete short stories, and I'll have to feel this one out because I have literally every other book that has Sookie in it, but I don't remember reading it. I don't remember the stories in this, so that would be lackluster to me. But I know like the books, I just don't remember what's in here. So like you see my problem. But like if I want the whole collection, do I just keep it here? Okay, I'm just gonna, you know what, I talked myself out of it. It's gonna go on the bottom shelf. Bottom shelf. Okay. Okay, so it's very heavy. It's like 10 pounds, or yeah, it's about 10 pounds. And my dog that I no longer have, because he died in 2014, when he was a puppy, he ate the edges right here. Okay, so I don't know who's going to keep this or who would even want it, because a puppy ate the edges. So that's why, like, it bothers me that the edges are gone. I'm not bothered by the actual stories. I'm just bothered by how it looks. And if I'm bothered by how it looks, do I also ship this 10-pound book across the United States? No. And I have better memories of Pesco, my dog, than him chewing on my books. Because someone might say, oh, but like, wouldn't you want to remember for some reason? No. I don't want to remember. I can barely hold it, so it's gonna go in the Unhaul. Okay. The Crimes of Jack the Ripper. This was decent. I'm just not in love with it. It had some interesting information. I read it during Halloween of this year, of course, because of the theme. Like, okay, scary Halloween. And I gave it 3 stars because it did drag a bit. I bought this for like $5 in Barnes & Noble 6 months ago. I don't even know how long ago it was, but it was sometime in this year. And it was $5. I was like, okay, like I want to see it and be interesting. Yeah, I just don't, if I don't love something, or if I didn't fully enjoy it, or if there was no like reaction, like a emotional reaction out of me, I'm not going to keep the book. It was very informative, but I have informative books that I enjoy. Catch my drift? So, Unhaul, that one. Okay, this book is like book 20, and I don't have the other 19 books. Purely why I'm unhauling it, because I'm not going to read 19 books to get to this one. But I really love the cover. And because I love Ancient Egypt, that's why I picked it up. And it doesn't say anywhere that it's the 20th book in a huge book series. So I was tricked, I feel like, but that's okay. Someone else will read it and realize that it's the 20th book in a series. Hopefully. Okay, the last bits are the Outlander series up to, what was the newest? This one. I'm holding it in my hand. So Outlander all the way to Written in My Own Heart's Blood. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books, and I'm not holding them up, okay? Y'all know what they look like if you're into this. These books just got bigger and bigger, and Diana, you need an editor to cut out like half of this. I remember reading all these books, and once you get to like the 3rd book, you're like, where's the editor? Where's the editor? Half of this does not make any sense. Or like, oh yeah, you're just walking through the woods picking mushrooms and berries and... Okay. There's no connection. You're just thinking stuff. And like, it's not stuff that you're thinking about that you need, or that it's gonna be a thing. Like, okay. And the worst one, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna dig for it, is The Fiery Cross. It literally took me 2 years to finish this book. I was on Facebook at the time in a lot of Outlander groups. I was obsessed with Outlander for quite a few years. And wow, it's full of drama, let me tell you that right now. I could tell you some stories. Like thousands of stories of how crazy it is. And I remember people saying, this book sucks, but just keep going. And it took me 2 years, but I did keep going. I don't regret reading all these books, but I just wish that it was better put together, and the fact that like editing needs to be done, and you need to tell Diana, you know, for example, for the one of these books, I'm believing it's the Fiery Cross, stop talking about how Claire is remembering breastfeeding. How many times do you have to mention, or that Claire thinks of and mentions, oh, I feel like I remember that time when I was breastfeeding. Who cares? I don't get it. At that point, there was many points in the Fiery Cross when she kept talking about remembering breastfeeding, and how like like when they had the baby that they find, and like it wants to nurse because it's a baby. I understand that part, but like she kept talking about her breasts and how they want to nurse, and I'm just I don't get, I'm not a mom. I just don't want to read that like 10 times in a book. It's a problem. Okay, and also for the Fiery Cross, it's like the first 150 pages is on the Scottish Gathering, and that's interesting to a certain extent, but not 100 to 150 pages. Okay, so this is like thinner, like it's like the mini compact one compared to this, but why? And also, she has a huge problem with sexual violence as a plot device, and it bothers me because basically every member in the Fraser family is assaulted in some way or another. Really? We're gonna do that? Okay. Like, even the adopted son Fergus is assaulted. Okay. I mean, whatever. I can understand why a lot of people love Outlander. I am gonna say I prefer the show because a lot of the problematic points that the books have are taken out and they're fixed in the show. So if you're really interested in historical romance and action adventure and time traveling and Scotland, watch the TV show. That's my recommendation. So I'm unhauling all of these heavy Diana Gabaldon books, and I think they'll find a nice home because, I mean, it's a really popular book series, and I don't fault anyone for loving them, other than the extent of like what was happening when I was on Facebook in those Outlander Facebook groups. Y'all need to calm down, because I see some of you on Twitter and you're still crazy. But crazy doesn't go away when you're in a fandom, obviously. Even when they know that it's public and you can see everything that you're tweeting out about the books and the actors and actresses and the writer and all that stuff. No, it's there, and they don't seem to care. Like, okay. That was my big book haul of Unhaul. Not haul. I'll have that one up like after Christmas, because that happens. Because I get Amazon cards and I just go all out. So that's coming up. But my 2019 book Unhaul. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great reading day. Bye.